I am back in Cheltenham Town Centre at now 9:45 on Sunday the 10th. This is the old police station, as was. Now private apartments. The old bus club, which these guys bought. Bit shabby looking. I mean, would you go in there and eat? Nah, not me. I worked in there in the kitchens for a while, many years ago. This was a storeroom under here, and that red door used to be the skittle alley. I expect it's all still there. Unless they put chair, I don't think they get that much business. Look at the state of it, shabby, isn't it? Police station looks good. The cells, those windows at the bottom used to be the cells. They had all those thick tiled glass squares, so you knew they were the cells. That's some sort of church, now a restaurant. Another one round the front, which is another restaurant. Royal Air Force Association here, and their social club used to be round here in the basement. I'm not sure whether it still is. That's had a revamp recently. The old taxi rank there where all those cars are. Cheltenham Dental Implant. God, all I ever see is adverts for that. Yeah, Royal Air Force, Cheltenham branch and club. Crescent Terrace. Solicitors and whatever. Yeah, I'd like to count how many times, but if I had £1 for every time I'd driven onto this taxi rank in my 22 years as a cabbie, I'd be bloody rich, I think. Used to have an old hut on the corner here, which the council suddenly decided they didn't want there. It had been there God knows how many years, 50, 60 years. And because they didn't pay rates on it, instead of saying, look, you're going to have to start paying rates, they just said, get off. And that was it. And they've turned it into a car park. They're making so much money out of this car park, I bet. Clock's working. That's the old Echo office over there, which is now Yates's wine bar, restaurant, whatever they want to call it. Nice building. They removed the 20p toilet from here. Why, I don't know. I expect nobody paid for it. They used to pee up beside the buildings, I expect. And they put this shabby, smelly place here. Take a tip. If you want a toilet, go into the Regent Arcade, not in here. I got to go, sadly. Surprise, surprise. The smell was bearable. Mind you, it's a bit early for it to have been used and abused by all the usual culprits. And they've got some new hand washing machines in there which are quite nice. And they've actually got soap in. Wow! And warm water. This used to be, what did this used to be? When I was a cabbie, I think it used to be a charity shop. And before that it was I think it was a cafe, I'm not sure, I can't remember. As I say, there's Yates's. Looks like they got a smashed door, probably over the weekend, last night or Friday. This has been here a while. Two ladies from, I think they're from Mongolia, I'm not sure. They've been there quite a long time, they seem to do well. Being out of the way, it's not cheap. Nowhere is. Post Office Lane. That used to be the Royal Bank of Scotland. It's now a gold and jewellery shop. Ridiculous size, it's enormous. The old Geraldine's Cafe. God, I used to go back in 1968, I used to go down there. I used to open quite late in the evening. And all the girls that worked there were just a few years older than us, but we used to go in and wind them up. I bumped into a couple of them years later. I saw one in Benidorm. I was sat in Subway, which used to be on the main drag, not where it is now, on the seafront. And that was 1999, and I remember seeing her walk past. I ran out, I said, "Excuse me, are you from Cheltenham?" She said, "Yeah." "Why?" I said, "Geraldine." She said, "Oh my God, it's you." And she recognised me. She said, "How long ago was that?" I said, 20 years. She said, "Blimey." I was only about 17 at the time. God, didn't we give them some stick, but they loved it. With their mini skirts and their hot pants and all that. We had a good old chin wag. It was nice to see her, actually. And then another one, my sister used to work for Estee Lauder in Boots up here. And I stood there talking to her one day, and a lady came up behind me and put her hands over my eyes and said, "Guess who?" I said, "I don't know, but you smell nice." Turned round, it was the other girl. She said, "Do you remember me?" And I said, "No." She said, "Geraldine's." I said, "Oh yeah, blimey." So I couldn't have teased them that much. Haven't seen them since, sadly. Still, we're in the promenade. It's now 10 to 10. So there won't be many around yet. The shops don't open too early. I think 10, 10:30, 11. There's coffee shops will be open. But yeah, it is nice when there's not many people about. Anyway, that'll do for now. I have to load these onto YouTube.